I used to work as a pediatric nurse at a local hospital, and I did so much counseling, I felt, with couples, and so much of it was supporting couples that I decided to go back and get my master's in social work. So I went back and got my master's, and I worked in the city in foster care, and ended up back in infertility, which I had also been a nurse in infertility. And I started doing couples counseling for couples that are in the process of infertility treatment, along with pre-adopt support groups, trying to make the decision whether or not they should move forward with other treatment or adoption. I'm also a mother. I have a 3-year-old, so it wasn't too long ago that I was changing diapers and doing all the things I'm going to teach you today. My purpose for teaching the class is not to make you go home and all be experts in this area, but to kind of give you a little bit of a basis so that when you do get that phone call and the baby arrives, you can go in with a little bit of confidence. It's a learning experience, so what you learn here might not necessarily work for your child. Every child is born with a different personality, so I believe that as a parent, as you parent, you will learn different techniques or different things that might work better for you that might not work for someone else. So we'll give a bunch of different examples along the way that might be helpful for you. But again, you're going to find things that are going to work for you. So my goal is really just to kind of start to prepare you and make you feel comfortable so that you go in and you're not overwhelmed, which you probably will be, but you sort of have an idea of what to expect when you pick up the baby. Some of the things to think about with traveling, things like if you have the option of driving or flying. If it's not going to be too far of a drive, sometimes it's nicer to drive. You have the luxury of having your car there. You have the ability to stop when you need to. You're on your own schedule. So I encourage couples, if you have the option of driving, sometimes it's nicer. You can pile as much stuff as you need in the car. It just makes life a little easier. If you have to fly, there's no issues with that either. But the one thing to think about is when you're booking flights, usually the first flight of the morning is the flight that's on time, and it's usually the easiest flight when you have a newborn infant. And the reason I say that is with today's travel and how long it takes to get through the airport and delays and flights being canceled, it's hard to be stuck in an airport with a newborn. It can be very overwhelming. So I always say try to book the first flight of the day if you have that option. When you travel, the things you must have are a car seat. It is the law in the United States that every baby has to be discharged in a car seat. And most of the hospitals will actually come down to your car and confirm that you have a car seat in and that's put in properly. What car seat do you need? There's, if you go in Consumer Reports, they're always updating safety, but Greco is great, Britex is great. Depends on if you want the whole system where you get the stroller and the car seat and the kind of all goes together, but those are the two of the big car seats. There's something about pushing up on their abdomen, so you find that you end up, there are times, I remember when I changed my son's diaper, I'd be like, are you on the 4th diaper? I'm like, are you kidding me? And I'd lift the legs and here'd be another diaper. So I just found that by putting it underneath, yes, you're going through some diapers, but it was just making life a little cleaner, neater, and contained.
Okay, so oh yeah, try to take it off first. I'm cleaning it.
And again, you're going to do this in the hospital. If you have questions or concerns, you can always ask the nurse, the clinical, they usually have clinical assistants